Parshos Mishpatim. The Medrash. Just a little bit of a Hagdama, just short. It's a lot to do. See? In the end of the Parsha, from Rashi and the Ramban. The end of the Parsha was before Matan Torah or after Matan Torah. V'yal Moshe Omar Alei. In the Chumash it's Perik Chav Dalet. I'll call upon the Ramban, going with the Ramban for a moment. The Ramban learns it was after Matan Torah. And there it says, Vayover Moshe Vayisaper La'om Eis Kol Divrei Hashem Ve'eis Kol HaMishpatim. The big chilik, Rashi and the Ramban. According to Rashi before Matan Torah, so what's the Mishpatim? The Mishpatim is Zayim Mitzvahs B'nei Noach, Mitzvahs from Morah. The Ramban learns this whole parasha is after Matan Torah, and Memela he learns Kipshuta, called Divrei Hashem is the Dibros, and it's called Mishpatim is the Mishpatim. That's the Ramban. I'll call upon him, there's a parallel, according to Ramban, the Torah speaks about Divrei Hashem and Mishpatim. The Torah begins the Mishpatim, which was said right after Matan Torah, according to everybody. Ve'ela, it's Mosef, on the Dibros. And it starts with a very interesting parasha, the parasha of Kisikna Evet Ivri. Some of you may have learned it along Sugim Masechtas Kedushin. It's not easy for this parasha to really take place, la halacha. You have to steal exact amount. There's a lot of details that have to happen. It would seem a little odd for the first mishpat that comes after Maimon Sinai is the parasha from Evet Ivri. There must be a reason for it, and that's what the Ramban is bothered by. And the Ramban tells us that it does run parallel with Anochi Hashem Elokecha. The first mishpat, at least the first, you would have to work on the others as well, but the first mishpat is connected to Anochi Hashem Elokecha asher tzeisicha me'eretz Mitzrayim mi beis avodim. I'm not saying mamish like the Ramban. Ramban goes into some other things, but in the Pshuta, which we all could hear, the first dibur speaks about Hashem taking us out from beis avodim, from being an eved elsewhere and becoming his avodim. That's the first dibur. So here there's a mishpat where somebody decides to become an Eved Ivri, or he has to become an Eved to somebody else. He's going back into Beis Avodim. The Eibishter took us out to Beis Avodim, and this person, for whatever reason, is going back to Beis Avodim. That's number one. Number two, the Gemara Baba Kama speaks about this. The parsha of selling Bezdin, Machu, Bezdin, Akosim, Adabe, Bezdin sells only by Bignei Vasai. If somebody stole, let's say he has some other outstanding debts, he pays child support, so you don't sell them, right? However important it is, in America put you in jail for that. But over there is, they didn't sell for an Eved is only for one zach. For v'nimke b'gnei vasei. The Gemara asked the kasha. Reb Shimon says, the reason he sold is because he's going to ayin shal mala. Ki'ilu einei roya. He behaves that he has no other. The Eibishter doesn't see. If the Eibishter doesn't see him, he doesn't have an other. If he doesn't have an other, that part doesn't say already in the Gemara what the rest that I'm saying. But the Pashtas, if he doesn't have an other, part of selling him is to discipline him. He'll have an other. He'll have an overseer. Today they appoint a monitor. So Mamela, he's going to be his boss. He's going to become they'll make him a mensch, bekitzer. So the pashtus, that really touches on Anochi. If a person hears the Anochi, so how could he be going to Ayin Shal Malak? When Klal Yisrael stood on top of the mountain and they heard Anochi, it's not shaykh. The Svasemes was a young boy, And he grew up, we talked last time very fast, he grew up by his grandfather, the Chedush and the Chedush traveled to the Kotzker Rebbe. He was Mekabel him as his Rebbe after Rebbe Rabbanim was Nefta. So the little boy, he was I think 6 years old, he asked, "You want to go along?" Kitzi took him, one time he took him along. And he said he remembers that in the middle, when they were inside by the Kotzker Rebbe, his wife, the Kotzker Rebbetzin came running in, she made a big tumult that she's missing from her golden set of silverware is missing a big spoon. And she said, "It's a hefke place over here. People come in, people come out. You can't run a place like this." So the Kotzker Rebbe gave a schrei. It was haste. Shtitli Signoif. So somebody said, Kol Yomov, he mamish couldn't say, the pachat from that Signoif was in his bones. Just saying as a muscle, if we heard Signoif from the Eibishter, it was a Signoif. So how does it come such a parsha here? Kisikne Evet Ivri right afterwards. That's a good question. We're going to come to answer it soon. There's a pasuk. It says, "Mishpatecha kahare keil, mishpatecha tahaim rabba, Odom uvehema toishia Hashem." Yeah, we say that pasuk a lot of times. It says, "Kos it's in Boch Nafshi." It's Kos kahare keil. So the Chavetz Chaim, it's really a medrash here, and the Chavetz Chaim teaches it out in Shem Olam. It says, "Koscha kahare keil." You could be a tzaddik on top of the mountains. And yet we're given Mishpatim that deal with the Tahaim Rabbah. That deal as if we're going to fall all the way down. Because there's Adam Ubehem, a person is made, Chavetz Chaim just says very stark, a person shouldn't be embarrassed to recognize the truth. And the truth is that as much as a person is an Adam, he has a Behema inside him. And there's a big sign there, curb your dog. Is the Adam uvehema toishia Hashem? A person has to know that what Chaim says it out very stark. It's not an embarrassing thing. You have to be makir emes. That's the first step towards discipline. Is you makir who you are and what's possible. So part of the kavanas HaTorah was taka to show that you're taka on top of the mountain, but be careful. Now, so Semes puts it this way. Now it's lefnehem. Now it's in front of them with a guf. On top of the mountain there was more neshama than guf. Now you have to face the facts with your feet on the ground, and you have to realize that this parsha is for you. Zay moichel, you're takasheni yidin, all of you. But you have to get this parsha because that's what you're all about. It's a murdic lesson, but that's like the amiti is that Chazal bring out, we'll soon see it more bariches. It's a major point that Taka, that's what they wanted to start out something. That's not, it sounds like how is it possible? The Chavetz Chaim there talks about also how when a person is by davening in the morning and he has a good davening, he thinks it's not shy for him to sin afterwards. But it doesn't take more than 10 minutes after he's out of shul, he's already in a different world. How does it happen? It happens. A person has to be makir that the dos is the metzias and he has to work with it. So faket, the Torah placed it to put us in place, Bekitzer. The taka were on top of the mountain, but now take care of yourself. Let's see what the Sasema says. The Medrash brings a pasuk. Actually, a beautiful Medrash. Medrash brings a pasuk in Iyov. In the pasuk it says, I'll say the whole pasuk. He brings only part. Mi boiker la'erev yukatu. From a situation of boiker to a situation of erev yukatu, they could be hit. They could be hit all of a sudden with a situation that they fell from boiker to erev. Mibli mesim, the end of the pasuk says, if you're not going to take that to heart, lo netzach yivedu, you're going to be lost forever. A person has to know that. So he's going to explain in a second. He brings the Medrash. So the Medrash on that pasuk of Iyov, the Medrash says, HaTorah nitna b'boiker. The Torah was given by boiker. It says in the pasuk in Parshos Yisrael, Vayhi b'yom hashlishi b'hiyois haboiker. And be'erev nitnu mishpatim. The Medrash says the mishpatim were given be'erev. Now what's the kavanah of the Medrash? We already got a little bit the idea. Kavanah was, Boike means when things are clear. The Eben Ezra teaches the word Boike comes from levake, when you could discern between tcheles lelovan, between bad and good. Things are clear as could be. That's Boike. Erev is where things are blurred. Things are betaruvos. There's already a taruvos. It is bad, it is good. You have a big tafkid to choose. The Pasuk said, the Chazal say, the Torah was given in Boike. In Boike there's an Anoich Hashem Elokecha, there's lo signoi, it's not shaykh to steal, but there's Erev. And in the time of Erev, it's different. There's already a Toiv, there's Ra, there's a Yetzer Toiv, there's a Yetzer Ra. There's a whole different matzav. There's a whole different matzav. Yeah? So that's what the Medrash touches the Pasuk. You have to be careful. You attack him in Boike, you could fall in a second from Boike to Erev. And if you're not going to be careful, Mebli Mason, that's why it says, Tossim Lefneim. Knock that into their heads. That's big. Mebli Mason, if you're not going to take that to your heart or to your head, you're lost. It's mamish the key to Avodas Hashem to realize that. Beis b'chinas elu, erevu boike, heim amudei olam. Those are the amudim of the world. If you learn in the beginning of Bria, it says that's what a yom is all about. A yom has a boike and an erev. K'mo shekosa b'sheshes and me'bereishes, v'ayehi erev, v'ayehi boike. Boike hu sheirish hareishes hanishma me'ita yizborach. Boike is the sheirish, the source when it comes from the Eibishter. Ad sheloi nisarev v'nechshach b'teva hagashmias. Before it became cloaked in gashmias. Hamastir u'mechase
Olam yesh beis b'chinas elu. There's always a boike and an erev. In every situation, there's a boike and there's an erev. Chen b'chol yom. Every day, mischadesh ha'oras ha'toyre. Every day there's a chiddush of the of Torah, k'moi shekosov asher anoichi mitzavach ha'ayom. V'hu b'chinas boike That's the b'china of boike Boike the pasuk in the Torah, in Parshos, Miketz. Avol ksiv, says very geschmack. After Anoichi mitzavach eschem hayom, mitzavach hayom, what does it say in the second parasha of Krishma? There has to be a tossen. The samtem es dvorai eila alavarichem. That's the tossen of Shneim. Dvorai eila that you heard and it went into your head and there's a in the morning. But make sure to put it on levavichem. Levavichem is two levavas. You have to work stark to get it onto the levavichem. This dava hamiskayim. It should be something that's going to last. It should be a dava shel kayama. Now he comes back to the Medrash, to the Pasuk. V'zeu shekosu mi boike la'erev yukatu. They're going to be thrown from boike to erev. That's the Metzias. And if it's ein miblim, what's the eitzah? To be mason, to take it to heart and to work on it and to make it part of you. But if it's beli mason, ayadei she'ein mesimen adibros el libo. K'moshe Kosev, that pasuk says in Iyoi, mibli mason. In Chalila, the netzach yivedu, you could be lost. Lose your whole nitzchias. V'chein ksiv ba'boike yotzitz l'cholov. In the morning, things are sprouting gewaldig. That's when it's boike. The luchni is also. La'erev yemoila v'yovish. Comes the evening, it's not sprouting anymore. If you have flowers on your table, even if they're not growing anymore, the sun comes, they open up. Beautiful day, Mrs. Bria. Comes the night, they close, finished. La'erev yemoila v'yovish. That's the person is as well. Aval ish Yisrael tzorech losim divrei Torah al liboy. He has to put the divrei Torah al liboy. Li is dover shel kayom. To be a dover shel kayom. Rabbi Schorr Shleta would endorse this piece very stark. This is Yotzei. Yeah. ובשעס קבולת התורה שנסעלו נפשי בני ישראל, בשעס קבולת התורה, כלל ישראל elevated, ליאס כמלאכים, עד שיוצאו נשמוסם, היה בכנס בויקר. אבל הוכר כסיב, it says, like I told you before, אשר תוסם לפניהם, the way they are in this world, not with the neshamas Yotzu Nishmosam. Now they're down on the ground, they're off the mountain already, they're back home. Now you have to put it in front of them the way they are. That's how Taichik Lifneim. K'moy Shehem. K'moy Shehem is his Taichik Lifneim. The way they are. With a guf, with a gashmias. That's the Avodah. Ba'olam hazeh, b'chimes v'samtem al ulevavechem. V'chein ksiv eitzel ha-mishpatim. Also a beautiful word. By Mishpat, it says in Chazal, Ve'ela Mishpatim asher tosim lefneihem, say Chazal, there was a Mishpat before Ma'amad HaSinai, and there's Mishpatim afterwards. Before Ma'amad HaSinai, it says, Vayeshev Moshe Vayisrael, Lishpat esa'om min haboika ad ha'erev. A very kipshutei. Rather, there's a deep in the Kuda over here. Moshe's Aveda was to bring down Boiker to the Matzah of Erev. V'chein ksiv eitzel ha-mishpatim. V'yamid ha'om al Moshe min ha-Boiker ad ha'erev. What does it say? Lishpat es-ha'om. That's Mishpat. The Doshu Chazal. Chazal is the Gemara Masechta Shabbos Daf Yud. Hadon din emes la-mitoi. Somebody is Paskin the Shaila Emes la Mita to the Mechavim to the Emes Nasa Shutef la Kodesh Baruch Hu b'Maisa Bereshis. He becomes a partner with the Eibishter. Shenema Boi v'Yihi Erev v'Yihi Boiker. What's the Shutfis? Zeu ha-Shutfis. These Mizdabek Be'er HaTorah. The Eibishter also created the world from Boiker to Erev. He brought down things into a Gashmiistic Matzah, and he's able to connect Boiker to Erev. He's a shutef with the Eibishter. That's the tachlis of the Bria, to live on this world Torah-dik. So he's a shutef. Gam bihi yosei oisik b'dvorim gashmiyim. Zeh b'chines maisei bereshis. That's like maisei bereshis. K'moshe omu chazal b'shvil ha-Torah shenikru reshis. The Maisa is connected to Reishis. That's Maisa Bereishis. The Shvila Torah. The Maisa, all his Maisa are connected to Torah. V'lechein, ha-Mikasher Maisa HaTeva b'Torah, somebody who connects to Maisa HaTeva b'Torah, Nasa Shuta v'Maisa Bereishis. What is that? Chabros Erev u'Boiker is connecting Erev to Boiker. V'zehu ha'achtos. That's the proper Achdus. K'moshe Kosev, V'hi Erev, V'hi Boiker, Yom Echad. He's Ma'ached, he's connecting, that's the Achdus. When you realize that it's all one, it's all the same. Erev, the Boiker, it's really the same thing, just covered up in the Matzah of Erev. Down the mountain, top of the mountain, it's all the same world. It's all Echad. V'hi Erev, V'hi Boiker, Yom Echad. V'zeu shekosu v'eila v'eila. Say Chazal, it's Meisef Alin Yerishin. It's not something different. Beautiful types in Pshutai. It's not something different. It's all Yisrael. V'yiyah, v'yivoika. Shaloi lahafrid ha'erev min ha'boika. Not to look at it. It's a different thing. When I'm in yeshiva, I'm in yeshiva. When I'm home, I'm home. It's Meisef Al Rishonim. It's a Hisofa. Not only is it a Hisofa, it's more. It's a Toisus. It's more than the Rishonim. Because the Rishonim, the Eibishter has Rishonim kemalach. He doesn't need malach. Ki yadua, the Kotzke Rebbe said, it's the same dogish. Avshei kodesh tiyamli, it says in this week's Parsha. Malachim, he said, I have enough. The Eibishter said, plenty of malachim. But that's not what I created you for. I created people to be people, but with kedusha. They take, and that's a hisaf ala Rishonim. It's more choshev. To be on top of the mountain is one thing, but you're on top of the mountain, big deal. But the big deal is to be on the bottom of the mountain and to be connected to the top. This is a piece that's a lifetime's work. It's not fair to learn it so quickly. myself. So you say this. You say this Achayim.
So why am I supposed from Erev to Biker?
What? No, because there, the Gemara says, right? The Gemara says in Shabbos, that finds out. This pasuk Erev Biker, Kach yideh b'yoseh shel olam b'reisha chashoicha v'hoda nahira. You don't start with the Erev. You don't start with the Biker. Don't start with it. Klal Yisrael went to Mitzrayim before they went on top of the mountain. You have to first go to an Erev, and then to a Boiker, and then we go back down to Erev. But the Gemara tells us. Kach udech b'yoseh shel olam b'reisha chashoicha v'hoda nahira. You can't start either with the Boiker. He said last week, he saw Semis, and that's most people's mitzvahs. You don't wake up in the morning by Boiker either. You have to fight to get out of bed, you have to put yourself together, and hear what you're saying in your Moeda'ani. Very few people jump out of bed. They just went a few minutes to rest and they're back on the job. That's a big madrega really. Most of us start with a little bit of Erev and then it takes time. By the time we get to Yishtabach, we're waking up really. Right. It's not a joke. Yeah. B'posik. Another very nice piece. B'posik. Hafti, in this parsha of Erev, the Torah has two halakim to the Erev. One that we will not see. Sheish Shonim Yavet. He works for Sheish Shonim. Sheish says, maybe the Maral says it. Sheish, the Maral says Stam. Sheish is the Sheish itself, the six extremities. Cube. The Sheish away from the Nekuda. Sheish is away from the Nekuda. Shvius, famous Maral says it here too. Shvius is the Americas. The middle point is called Shvius. The Sheish are the extremities when you're going to go away from the Nekuda. Sheish Shonim Yavet, he has to work. Sheish Shonim has to work on the Chitzonius. To bring everything back to the point, back to the Nekuda, to Shvius. And he says that Sheish is the Nanahad Gematria. Sheish is the Gematria from 600, right? Which is the Gematria from Sheker. This world is a Alma de Shikra. It's a world where the emes is hidden. And that's how he could come to Geneva and live in the world of theft, in the world of Sheker. That's the emes, the world of Sheker. That's the Sheish, he has to work on that. Sheish on the Yavet. But Shvius, the Eibishter made it, Shvius does not mean Shemitah. Shvius means the 7th year, then he comes back to the Nekuda. The Nekuda of Yid will come back. He'll come back to Har Sinai. He's going to come back to Sinai. By Sinai, the Eibishter put Anoich, the Pasuk, Anoichi ba'alti b'chem. The Anoichi Hashem Leikecha is within every Yid. No, you get caught up in other things. But the Sheish on Yavet, Eibishter gave him a Odain through following the mitzvahs of Torah. He'll be helped. He'll get the discipline, he'll get the message, he'll be makir his Odain, and he'll become back part of society properly. But then the Torah says there's a mitzvah that afterwards, no, he worked for Sheish and he likes his matzah. He's not interested in going out. Ahavti is adoini, this ishti, this bonai, lo yeitzechov. I'm not interested in going out to be a chofsh. There's a famous Even Ezra, we say it over hundreds of times. Even Ezra in Parshos Monsey says, "Melech be'emes sheyesh lekesem malchus ha'oshek hu v'da." He starts with that. V'da ki kol ha'olam avdei olam hazeh. The whole world is avodim. Nobody's free people. How can you be free if you have to do what you want to do? What the Yitzhak tells you to do, you have to do it. So you're a slave to your lave. Yes. Kol b'nei avodim, kol b'nei olam avodim, he says. The avodim to the titles. V'ha melech be'emes sheyesh lekesem malchus ha'oshek, beautiful words. Who's the real melech? Misha chofshi me'atayvos. One who's free from tayvos, he is a melech be'emes. But the one who is pulled by his tayvos, then he has these Mishpatim to take care of him, to work on himself. Right? Some of the Magna Avraham brings from the Rav Shitzer. It's a nice Rosh Tevis. Ve'ela ha-mishpatim asher tosem. Ve'ela ha-mishpatim asher... Yeah, it works. Ve'ela ha-mishpatim asher tosem is Rosh Tevis Taiva. That's the Rosh Tevis. That's the Mishpatim are about. When a person is caught up in his Taiva, and then this person said, I don't want to become the Nebuchadnezzar says, I'm going to be a Chavshi in that Taiva. He doesn't want to go out of the world of Taiva. He likes it. The Gemara, after Befkeren Nichalei, that's having Kanani, but he has a shift to Kananis. The Gemara says again, he's having a good time. The kids. He's enjoying life. Zok the Gemara, Amr Chazal. Yeah, so that's a lawyer, he'd say Chavshi. Amr Chazal, Oiden Shoshama Lieben Yisrael, what Rashi brings it. He went and he sold himself for an Eved, you have to make a Yirotza. You have to bore a hole in his Eved. Kosher, Kiva the Chotu Ben Maisa, Believe Shmiya. What was his chait? That he sold himself. His chait wasn't in the Shmiya. Lama Yav Gimu Ha'izim. He heard Lashon Hara, he put a hole in his ear. But what did he do? He went and sold himself. So. What do you have to do with the Shmiya? Moiris Keni Zal Tiritz Bazeh. Kedusharim said, if he wasn't Mekayim, that's what he heard. That's called a Pegam and Dishmiyah. Mutav Shalai Dishmiyah, better he didn't hear. If you're not going to follow what you heard, that's called a Pegam and Dishmiyah. Nechein Oisim Pegam Ba'ozna. V'yesh loima oid bazeh al pi divrei hazoya Parshos Bahar. The Pasuk Lachovshi Chinam. The Zohar HaKadosh says, it says first in the Pasuk, Uvashviyas, Yetze Lachovshi Chinam. What's the title, Yetze Lachovshi Chinam? Chinam, the Zohar HaKadosh says, really about the Pasuk. There's a Rashi in Chumash. It says, Zocharnu es hadoga asher noichel b'Mitzrayim Chinam. Rashi says, what's Chinam? Believe it. The Rashi says, we didn't have any mitzvahs b'chaya. Yeah? Some of Torah Yisrael said that. So too much about it. So the Zohar HaKadosh said the same chinam is here. You can't touch one's chinam, not say chinam, not say. So the Zohar HaKadosh says chinam means Vashvi is Yetze Lachovshi Chinam in HaMitzvahs. What does it mean chinam in HaMitzvahs? So he's going to explain Zohar HaKadosh Ba'ariches, and he's going to explain it on his derech. But it's based on the Zohar. Ein Shom Advarim Ba'orech. A lengthy discussion. Inyan the Bnei Yisrael Amru in this week's parasha, Akol Ashadiv Hashem Nasa V'Nishma. Pirish. Beautiful titles. Almost Pasuk Shah. She'enim roitzim lehipotem en ha-mitzvah. They're not interested in being yoytze, going out of the mitzvah, from the mitzvah. Rak muchanim la'olam l'shmoya. They're ready to hear. The last is Ritzani Yisbar Shemay. My pshat is, okay, tell me what I have to do, give me the list, and I'll do it, and then I can go play. Yeah, a lot of kids do that. Big people also. Yeah, Shalzem Nivru. Klal Yisrael not like that. Nasa, we're going to do what's on the list, but we're not going to run out. V'nishma, we're ready to hear weiter. V'las is Ritzani Yisbar Shemay, Shalzem Nivru. V'chol magemosam l'shmoya v'lasis. That's what their whole goal in life is. V'ilu hoyu oimrim nasa b'lvat. Yisrael wouldn't have said nasa l'shma. Hoyu nire shemekaymen ha-mitzvah b'lvat. Li is yoytzi yidei chavasa kedem. Okay, I'll be yoytzi yidei chavasa. Gewaldig. I'm getting out of my chayiv. I'm a chayiv. I was yoytzi. I'm out. I'm out of chayiv. Avol midas hachosid lifnim mishuas hadin. She'ein darloi lotzes yidei chayvosai. It's not enough just to be yoytzei. Rak shemislahiv b'chol eis l'kiyah mitzvahs habeis b'oshum. V'zeh b'chenes uyul malchus shamayim. Because of Shom b'Zohar HaKadosh, ki ahu Torah, like a young ox, v'yavi alei oil, they put an oil on him, even though he's not working now. He has to be ready to work. They don't want him to go work, get used to being free. So he has an oil, he always has a yoke, even when he's not doing any work. They want to teach him. Be ready. That's it. To be ready to work. Zehu ike yoisem ikiyem ha-mitzvah. Omer dikazach. So the Zohar Kodesh says, Uvashvius yetze yichina min ha-mitzvahs. As an Eved, he has mitzvahs. He does his mitzvahs and finishes, he's out of it. That's his prinna. An Eved, he's not holding by nishma. He's holding by nasa. Why? He's going to explain to him. Torah told him, you got to work for your boss. So he has to rush in the morning, he has to go by the nets, put on his film and towels very fast. He's an Eved, he's chayav mitzvahs. He does what he has to do, and then he goes to work. Machaya, he's finished, he's happy. So he teaches us, I'm jumping ahead, he's going to say it himself, you should let him say it. But he says that the Eved is very happy with his life. If I'm going to go out of, not nobody cannot do it times to me. I only have a few minutes in the morning and a few minutes in the night. So I'll do what I have to do. I'll put my film and Shkelei Krishna, and I have a job from 6 to from who knows to when. Even being I finished. So now I'm going to go out chafshi. I'm going to have to go to Shiur. I'm going to have to do mitzvahs a whole day. Too much for me. So that's why he said, I don't want to go out of a chafshi. The Zohar Kodesh says chafshi min ha-mitzvahs. I don't want to be out of the matzav that I above mitzvahs. I want to have my mitzvahs. This is what I got to do. It's very nice. It's geschmack. This I know exactly what I have to do. Once I got to have a whole day to do. It's hard. Working people, they also have vacations. So that's oil. If you eat the oil, I'm not used to this business. I have time. What am I supposed to do with it? I'm going to do it. I'm going to have my conscience is going to bother me every minute. I know I go to work about it. It's a very practical piece, this we say. Starke emes. That's what he says. So Mele, read it to Zohar Kodesh. He's explaining the Zohar Kodesh. ולכן זה העבד, הגם שיוכל ליאס, כי טוב לא יצא רבי. Could be he's better off by his rabbi. ויוכל לקיים המצוות כפי מה שהוא. כי אין הקדוש ברוך הוא בטרוני ובריאוסו. בחייב. The Eibishter can't have time to stand. He's an Eved, and the Eibishter Dr. Two Bezman sold him. Finished. So what I have to get out of this matzah for, then I have to know what I do now, what I do later. I can't say so. He says the same thing is true. Some people, and maybe most people don't even think, but if you think, you could feel that you're thinking that way. Maybe I'm better off in Golos. What does the Eibishter want already from me? The Golos, there's not so much hasaga, there's not so much matzah. No, I can't have times to me. The Mashiach will come and say, there'll be a gilui from us. I'm going to have to do and to run and to that. Better off like this. What do I need it for? If can't be Golos. Sheini chayil l'kaim kol ha-mitzvahs geroi. Can't be mekayim all the mitzvahs geroi. Mikol makom fi matzav adam yuchel liyah shebegolos mekayim ha-mutar aleinu yosim mishayiv b'zman ha-mikdash. It could be better off now. Sharei matzinu chaton gedolim b'zman ha-mikdash. In the Zman ha-mikdash, along with the Giluyim, became big nesrenyas. Who needs it all? Kirafum gamla shichana. According to the how big the gomel is, that's how the pekel is. The Eibishter, if you have bigger giluyim, you have bigger yitzharim. You should go to yitzharim. Who has to be godel? HaKadosh Baruch Hu medaktik him. K'makroim olav k'chut hasayra. Ganz so nice. Who wants it? So he teaches really that's the hair what these people time it. V'oison she'omu chadal mimenu v'navdas mitzrayim. U'kamoyken, those who said Zachanu Sadoga lo hoyu rishom gemurim. They were people that they made this cheshbon HaNefesh ganz fein. Nish gefährlich. Ela she'ro shezeh derech nekel lefneiam l'kayim ha'mutar aleim. It's much easier that way. I'll be there, do what we have to do, okay. But here it's shagam tzayavayda. Aber b'nei Yisrael nivru liyas muchonim rak l'shmoyed v'arashem. L'maisa, we were created to do the Dvar Hashem. Utzrichim l'tzapis l'gula. We have to. You can't just tell a person you have to. You have to be makir what it's all about. has to come from the Hakara. You can't force on somebody such a tzrich. What it means, you have to come to the Hakara to realize that you're waiting for the Geula. Why? Because you want Kedelias Muchen Lekayim Mitzvahs B'Choreis. Afilu Shani B'Sakona B'Yesa. We might be more. It might be a dangerous master because Kol HaKorah Vel Nishkin Hashem like Perech. And you tiny over there. Whoever's closer is dangerous. Al Zeh Higdamnu Nasa V'Nishma. Klal Yisrael said no. We're not just want to do and get out of it. We want to do and listen and listen and listen and listen. That's not it. And this Eved, L'chein ha'oime ahavti lo yeitzeh chofshi. I'm not interested. I like this mitzvah life. The Zohar Kodesh calls that a mitzvah life. You got to get chinam from mitzvahs. But there's a life. We yeitzeh mitzvahs. Das ist es. Pögen b'shmier kenam. The Nuchal Ramesh, rather, you put it into parentheses, into a bracket. It's a different bracket already. The Nuchal Ramesh, Hafti es Adoni, Pirish, Kemoshe Kosav, Yahafta es Hashem Alekecha, V'chol Lavacha, Uv'chol Meidecha, V'zeu Shekosav, V'zeu She'omer, Hafti es Hashem. It's a finished it here, it's only a remez. Hafti means, Hafti. I like the Eibishter, but along with the other package, as Ishtiv, as Bonai, in the matter that I am, I have Hashem, I'm a good Jew, at heart, and a him, and a gam ben tzoyes, Adoni v'ishti, Hashem v'lo yitzeh chofshi, shemoytzeh atzmi over Hashem, b'mei ha'avdus, b'nei kol yoyis. He explains it very stark. He finds himself much more comfortable this way. He's a comfortable Jew, gewaldig. After became ein zeh midas b'nei Yisrael. That's not what a Yid is. That l'shmoya tomed dvar Hashem. Chengse v'rotzes ozmo. That's his hezbollah. He's missing the midas ha'oizan. The midas ha'oizan is to want more, to listen. He's not interested. He's interested in doing what I have to do. I'll do my list. Is that too much already? Yeah. Another very nice piece. What can we do? I'll try to learn one more piece. This is the end of the parasha. The Medrash ve'ela Mishpatim, Moisef ala Rishonim. And Chazal say different than Rashi. Moisef ala Rishonim means it's another set of Mishpatim. There was Mishpatim before the Dibrais. That's one type of Mishpatim. There's Mishpatim after the Dibrais. And the first Mishpatim was Sham Somayach Mishpatim. Isa b'Zohar HaKodesh b'Parshos. The Oiraisa Tmira, the Torah Kedosha is hidden. He hides. The Isgalius Lahu Rechima Dila. And the Zohar HaKodesh makes a mashal. Shiur is full of such mishal. He makes a mashal of a relationship, between a boy and a girl. V'izgalyis lahu rechima dila she. You talk about the Torah Kedosha, but in the mashal, she shows herself to the one who she loves. The other Tara the basic kol yoma. Every day he passes on the way to work, he makes sure to pass by her house. Yulia Slay, she shows her face through the window, The almas is legabe remiza, she makes up saremes. Umiyad tamiris, then she's not there anymore. Yahu rechima, so that she accomplishes that rechima, meyo v'liba v'nafshei ozla. Because she wasn't only Megala Azoy Abyssal, so that makes that the stomach is turning from Ava. After a while, is Galius le Ampen Beampen. She's Megala Ampen Beampen. That's the Torah Kedosha. The Torah Kedosha is not Megala itself to a person right away. It's Megala Beremiza. Okay, the Torah wants to see, is he gonna be attracted to Torah? and we can't wait for more. And if the person, after a while, the person wants more and more and more, Torah sees that that's a good person for me, and the Torah is megala itself in Ganzen. Yeah? V'nikra Baal Torah, he becomes a Baal Torah. The whole Rosen Galias lay. The Torah is megala to him all the Seides. V'imeres lay. Beautiful Zohar. And the Torah tells this person, you know what, you remember that 10 years ago before you really became what you became? I was maramas to you something. This is what I was maramas. Now you have what I was maramas. Ahura miser kremizloch. That which I was maramas to you, you should know there's much more to it. Kach rozen have a bay. I am schon beoirich davon tzadikas. The Zohar Kodesh is teaching. He was a mishpat before Matan Torah. That was maramas. Shom loichayk mishpat. Shom niso. It was a test to see if he's going to be pulled by Torah, and he's going to wait to chap more and more. Afterwards, after Matan Torah, there's more Yivazaycha to more Mishpatim. The whole Zeh Inyan Nasa the Klal Yisrael is touching up the Zohar. Shemikoydim Somayach Chaykum Mishpat Remez. The Fisha Hoyel and Tshuka la Torah, but before Matan Torah, but there was a Tshuka to Torah. Achakach Nismalu Tshuka b'Yosef. They got even more tshuka. They tasted Torah. They learned. They got tshuka for more. Ad shezoch lekabel kol haTorah b'shleima. V'chein pirish Rashi and Shir Hashir and the pasuk moshcheni acharecha nebutza. Shal yidei remez muad sheher alehem nimshechu achrav b'chol leiv ad sheviyani chadora. Uve'emez zehu nisoyen shebo la'odom min hashamayim Hein bechlal to a klal Yisrael and even to every individual. Hein beprat ukemoshe kosev shom samloi chayk umishpet yishom liso lirais and yas zeh haremez reishim enafshiseh. We want to see is this remez that is going to make up some reishim an impression on you. You're interested in the remez. Your material to be mekabel such zachen. If the Torah goes in, right, we can tell you more Torah. Now, Zeksiv Shimi Vas, it says in Tehillim Mem Hey, Shimi Vas. First, listen, Vas is with a midah. We have one. Vas is the type midah. Shimi Vas, listen, but only with a midah. V'achikach v'ati ozneich. Then you can bend your ear and hear more. V'shichechi ameich u'veisavich lias oize v'akoyel l'shtoikik achazeh ha'ames. To see if you're ready to leave, go everything to get more of that remez. Achikach yis'or HaMelech yofyech, and he's going to give you everything. L'chein mikoydem nikra choyk, shom sam loy choyk u mishpat. It wasn't mishpat alone. It was a choyk mishpat. It was a mishpat with a choyk, which means shlo yavinu b'shleimus. You didn't have a full havon of it. At achikach, be a kabbalah sator ksiv. It's so nice this that it's clearly. In the Lucha Shlias it says Kasha Tzivcha. It's like the Moshe of the Zohar Kodesh. This is what I told you in Mora. It's nice, but in my Mora they didn't have what it's all about, the whole Omer. So I said, he said, Kasha Tzivcha, like the Moshe of the Zohar Kodesh. Upirshu Chazal Mora. Heim advorim shel oisei sover zal. In the Zohar Kodesh, Omar remizene keremizdelach kamarozen is big. Now the Hebrews said that Shabbos what I gave you in Mora, that was only a remez. You want to have the now I'm giving you Shabbos with much more biur. Shebiur lam Shabbos ba'irich v'tamei shel Shabbos kisheis yomen v'chein b'mishpat asher tosem lefneihem. Before you had Chayku Mishpat. But now you're going to get it with a Shulchan Aruch, like Rashi says, Levalam, Agishmak Shtikl Bavakama, Levalam Tamkashal Davik Shulchan Aruch, Kimoisha Kosav Rashi, V'zeu Shekosav, Ve'ele Moisef Ala Rishonim. It's the Rishonim with a Hisofa. It is the Rishonim. Shebemora, in Mora, Herak Beremez, Uven Yisrael. Zeu shekosav lo yochlu lishtais mayim in Mora. In Mora they couldn't drink the water. Mayim is Torah. Sheroma is Arem is ein Mayim in the Torah, but they couldn't drink it. Uve'emes ein mokim poni b'li Torah. All over this Torah, shemusta b'teva v'lo yochlu lishtois, mora mei meloshen tmura v'hiskasus. It's covered up. Vayireu Hashem eichu ha-Torah shenizgal alem rimzei ha-Torah. But only Ramazim. V'hoya nisoyen im shemoya tishma v'azanto l'mitzvaysev. You're going to bend your ear, and you want to hear more. Because of Atir Oznech, V'shamata kol chukov, Pirish, V'shamata, you're going to, he learns V'shamata like Oviv Shama Sadova. You're going to wait and long to hear the ganze chukov. Pirish li is liba, yumeya, v'nafshay, nimshach acha harishima. V'chein tzorech kol ish Yisrael, k'shemizgalo leik tzas ha'orah. Every person has a moment of clarity. And when that moment comes, till it will make payers. You have to watch it and guard it. You have to make it l'doreisa. You have to take the ha'ora of Shabbos and watch it and guard it and make sure that it's going to be l'doreisa. It's going to be a lasting ha'ora. Pirish Oisa Ha'ora Shal Shabbos Li Es Nisha Rishim Le'olam V'al Zeh Ramzu Chazal Ilu Shamar Yisrael Shabbos Echad Miyad Negolim Afilu Rishima Shal Shabbos Echad. Even just a Rishim of one Shabbos, if they would only watch it and let it grow on them, Im Hoya Tomet Kavua B'Leiv and Nefesh L'chol Yemei HaMaisa Kedayu Shetarachim B'Tov Yagula. 3 starke Stückler. Yeah, one for each Suda.